Hello everyone, welcome to the 5 Minutes Podcast. Today I'd like to share with you one technique that I have been using for quite a while, and it's extremely simple and effective. It's called 5 Why technique. And this is not a new technique. This was developed in the 30s by Sakichi Toyota, the founder of Toyota. And it's a very simple technique, and the name explains pretty much everything. It's you have a statement. And this statement, you ask why 5 times. And you ask why and why of the why of the why of the why. And then you go down from a statement to the root cause of that statement. So before I use and show you an example, let me give you, because it looks simple, but you need to do it in the right way. First, it's a team exercise, so you don't do this alone. So you do this with your team, and you need to do this with people that know the topic. I cannot say, okay, why the Mars Pathfinder from NASA stopped working for a while after a couple of hours. I have no clue. I'm not an expert on this kind of device, so I will be just guessing. So you need to have the right people to do that. And the second thing is that you need to make the problem clear. And every single answer should be a short, not too short and not too long. So it's the size of a post-it note, maybe a couple of words that will clarify that. And you need to move this in a fast pace, because this is the way you reach out to a potential root cause for your problem. So let me use an example to explain this. And please, this is absolutely fictitious, so you don't need to agree with my answers, okay? I just made up this example, okay? So let's start with the problem. So I want to share with you is that the user is not using that paid functionality in your mobile app. So the user is not paying for that functionality you just developed. And then I need to ask you why the user is not using that paid functionality. And then the group said, because the price is expensive. And then you should ask the second why the price is expensive. Then the group answer, we overspent in development. Okay. Then the third why we overspent in development. The answer, we selected the wrong development supplier and we had to replace it, generating delays. Then the fourth why did we select the wrong development supplier? Then the last answer, it's our procurement process is 100% based on the lowest price. So we selected the cheapest but not the best supplier for the job. So please, again, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just using this as an example. But did you see the journey from the paid software not being used to a problem in the procurement service? So this is exactly what we want to analyze here, because we want to know where is the root. And of course, when we go that path, I said one answer for each why. But you can have more. I can say to you, the user is not using that paid functionality. And I say, because the price is expensive and because the app has a poor quality. So then I need to ask why it's expensive. And a second why it has poor quality. So it's like a tree. You start opening, and maybe from one statement, you will find 4, 5, 6 different root causes. Of course, you know where I want to reach here. If you start saying why and answering 20 different possibilities, and out of these 20 possibilities, you ask 20 whys and get to 100 answers, at the end, you will not find the root cause. You will find just a million causes that every single one knows. We want to know which are the most relevant and effective causes that I can work with. And look, I said many times here about root cause. I'm talking about problems. But you can use this for many other things. For example, I use this a lot for AHP. So for example, I take each of the answers of these root cause. So imagine that the user is not using that paid software and I have 3, 4, 5 different answers at the lowest level after the 5 whys. Then I can compare one against another, saying it's more likely to be this one than the other, is as like as the other. And then I can do all the AHP, Analytical Hierarchy Process, calculations to define the probabilities of each root cause. So did you see I'm combining 5-why technique with AHP. Another thing you can use this is to measure intangibles. So let's suppose you are thinking about doing an MBA course. And then say, why you are doing an MBA course? Oh, because I want to get promoted. Why do you want to get promoted? Because I want to make more money. Okay, so why do you want to make? Because I want to have a better quality of life. Why making money brings more quality of life? And then maybe at the end you will find that you should not do an MBA, but you should just move to a smaller house. I'm just thinking out loud here. So this is the concept of that. And it's a very simple, very effective, and you can do this, of course, putting everybody in the room or using these collaboration softwares like Miro or like Mural to do that. And I'm using that, and it's extremely effective for root cause, for risks, for AHP, for problem solving, for measuring intangibles. For example, the book Show Me the Money and the book How to Measure Anything from Doug Hubbard, they have parts of it where are they exactly talking about this 5-why technique to go from an intangible like MBA to something that you can measure and calculate the return on investment. For example, like the Project Management Office, I published on paper a couple of years ago about how to measure the return on investment of the Project Management Office, and I use the 5-why technique. So you can see this on my website. So this is what I want to share with you this week. So I hope you found it useful, and see you next week with another 5 Minutes podcast.